Hello, West Michigan. You're watching Alive and Well. I'm Linda Balkema, and I am still here with Val and Brianne from the National Kidney Foundation. If you've just joined us, we've been talking about an upcoming walk that they have and all of the wonderful things that they have done to help people with kidney disease in Muskegon County, which unfortunately is the #1 in the state with kidney disease. And we want to bring awareness and education to the local community so you or your loved ones don't have to fight this alone. So one of the things that we were wondering about is, are there signs of kidney disease? And if so, what are they?
The scary part about kidney disease and diabetes actually is that they're both kind of silent diseases. By the time you realize that there's a problem, it's almost too late, because by the time you start showing signs and symptoms, it means that the disease is taking control. So with kidney disease or kidney failure, the #1 sign that people usually realize they're in failure is that they start retaining water. So their ankles and their wrists start swelling, or they're having trouble breathing, and it's because there's so much fluid built up around their lungs and their heart. The thing to watch for with kidney disease is people need to be keeping an eye on, #1, their diabetic status, because diabetes so often leads to kidney problems, but also just their blood pressure. Hypertension, high blood pressure is a very big problem with kidney disease. So if you're going to your yearly appointments and your family doctor is running the tests that they're supposed to and checking your blood pressure, you should have warning signs that your kidneys are in trouble. Diabetes is the same thing. There are obviously blood tests. There are some signs with diabetes, changes in urination and changes with how you feel when you eat certain foods. But again, by the time you really start having real serious issues and realize that, hey, something's wrong, it's too late. The diabetes has taken hold. And diabetes is, at least type 2 diabetes, which is becoming more and more prominent in the United States, even in children, is also usually very preventable. So if people are aware of it early on and watching these tests and watching, just taking care of themselves, not nobody, but most people should never have to have diabetes type 2. Nobody should have to go into kidney failure. Nobody should have to have a kidney transplant unless it's a genetic reason that they're born with. So it's so sad that so many people have issues with diabetes and kidney failure, because they're both very preventable for most people.
A lot of it is attributed to diet and exercise, and that's another thing. Obesity, unfortunately, is also one of the #1 conditions in our state and in Muskegon County, and we need to really fight that. Just our diets, the foods we eat, the sugars, the pops, we know it. We hear it all the time. Unfortunately, we live through some long, hard winters, and it makes it a little more difficult to get out there and get that exercise we need, but we have to work at that. We've got these beautiful bike paths. We've got walks and runs and so many things to do. Join a gym. Watch that diet. Do what you can to prevent this. But if you are somebody or know somebody that is suffering from diabetes or kidney disease, they don't have to suffer. They can live a good life. And the National Kidney Foundation is here to help them with that process. One of the things we talk about is testing for kidney disease. And what's one of those tests?
Well, it's a GFR test. GFR stands for glomerular filtration rate, and it is a definitive test that tells us the rate of function of our kidneys. So you can find out what stage you're at. And kidney function decreases as we age, but they will let you know. And then if your doctor's told you that, they might refer you on to West Michigan Nephrology, which is a nephrology group here. They are also sponsors of ours. They're actually one of our larger sponsors here, and they have the most amazing kidney doctors that truly care about saving lives. And one thing that is marvelous about Muskegon is that through the Lakeshore Health Network, which is part of Mercy, every single primary care physician does GFRs for you. So even if I can't remember the glomerular filtration rate, I can look at GFR, and if there's a star by it, which star means abnormality, on the right hand of your lab, it'll show you what number you're at. And then if it's a star, that means, hey, I see a star, there's something going on, and that's for any of your levels. If it's your creatinine, which is another test that they take, which is a urine test that can kind of let you know there's protein in your urine, something could be going on. So it could be something else, or it very well could be kidney disease. So with that, we say, oh, it's a star, there's something going wrong. If you see a star by your blood pressure, something's going on. If you see a star by your blood sugar, something's going on. So even if you're not sure where your numbers are, you can say, hey, there's a star. I need to call my doctor and I need to say, hey, I don't know what this means, but there's a star. Can you explain it to me? What can I do? Because what we need to do is realize that we are an active member of our medical team. We're the most important one, and we can't do less than what our doctors are doing. We have to take hold of this and recognize there is something that I need to do, because I want to be here for my family. I want to be here for my children, my grandchildren, my husband, my wife. These relationships are important to keep, and we can if we recognize that something's wrong and I need to tweak what I'm doing. And you said something, Linda, that was so important about diet and exercise. It is the number one way to manage chronic disease. Even if your chronic disease is depression, exercise and nutrition is the best way to treat it. And we use a lot of pills to treat stuff and not looking at the natural things that we can do to prolong our lives and to live it healthy.
Yep, we got to get that serotonin level going, and then you got to get moving to get that serotonin level going. You talked about how important it is to look to be your own advocate, and it's so important to start taking part in your own medical care. Unfortunately, there's some people that really maybe because they're elderly or there's some dementia or they're just shut in or don't understand. They need an advocate. So I hope that for your loved ones, you can be an advocate for them and look at these printouts that the doctor sent. Most of the time, your doctor's going to catch that and say, hey, we've got an issue here. But, they also see a lot of patients. So it's important that you get involved with your medical care and your loved one's medical care so you can advocate for those people that need that. So we want to talk one more time about this upcoming walk. One more time. Walk for the walk.
Saturday, May 17th, down at Pere, Marquette. Val and I will be there with hopefully hundreds of people out to support the National Kidney Foundation and raise money for our programs, most of which of that money is kept here in West Michigan to help our community members that need our help. So we hope to see everyone there. There will be a great auction and some really amazing items that have been donated that you can bid on. And live entertainment, a good lunch that is served every year, and a really nice leisurely 3-mile walk. This is not a run, we're not racing. It's just a really nice day for a walk down by the beach.
And let's hope it's to really welcome spring. Okay, and we are going to end with a story about your cute uncle, okay?
Yes. As I said earlier, my family is actually from Muskegon, and I had a beloved uncle here named Ed Burton. He's my grandmother's baby brother, and he had diabetes for years. He had a wonderful life. He played for the NBA, he played for the Globetrotters, and he had a fabulous life. And then he developed diabetes and tried to manage it for years, but didn't do the best job that he could, ate all of the wrong things. And I actually saw his labs one day on his bed, and I said, Uncle Ed, your kidneys have failed. You need to go to the hospital. He refused, said he had an appointment the next day, and I went with him to his appointment, and that was at West Michigan Nephrology. And we talked about it. My uncle started dialysis that day and dialyzed for 3 years, but it was really taking a toll on his heart. His heart was already sick. He'd had a heart attack already. And then he had bypasses and stents. And this is what happens when your kidneys fail. Your heart gets very sick. So my uncle actually died from kidney disease a couple of years ago. My Aunt Queen was his caretaker for years, and it was just very sad. It was sad for both of them to see this very large man who was strong and viral through all his life, and then to become sick and weakened. And my aunt had to then do everything to care for her, which was a different role for her. She always took wonderful care of him, but just different when you're sick. You're doing a lot of things, bathing him and things that she hadn't done before. And it was such a toll on their life, their marriage, their daughters' lives. And it drives me to help try and prevent this because he didn't have to die that way. And although he was 73, he was still young.
And he was cute to you. I want to say that Val's the one that called him her cute uncle.
Such a cute man, and I miss him so much, but it makes me fight because I don't want to see anybody else suffer the way that my uncle did, and at the end, he really suffered. lots of pain, and he was tired. He wanted to be here, but he was tired.
And that is so sad. And that's why Val and Brianne, they both have some very personal experiences. Brianne herself has donated a kidney 6 years ago. She's healthy. The person she donated to is healthy. And that's why they want to bring awareness, and they want you to come out for that walk on May 17th, 1 o'clock, Pere Marquette.
Registration at 12. Walks at 1.
Registration at 12, walks at 1 at Pere Marquette, correct? Okay, well, thank you so much, ladies. This has been very informative, wonderful. We hope that if you have, I guess we should tell our viewers, if they have any questions or want to know more about kidney disease, how could they contact you?
They can absolutely look at nkfm.org, which is our Michigan website for the National Kidney Foundation. You can also give us a call at 616-458-9520, and you can ask for either myself, Val, or Bree, who is, she says administrative person, but she's actually a program person. So we will, if we can't answer questions, we will get the information to you. And if you're in need of something, you can also contact us. We'll see what we can do.
Thank you so much. Thank you for watching Alive and Well, and watch us again next time.